We are back with breaking news out of Southeast Asia. Multiple people are dead. Many are hurt after a powerful 7.7 earthquake struck central Myanmar this morning.
It hit around 1:30 p.m. local time, close to Mandalay, which is the country's second largest city. The quake shook cities across Southeast Asia, including in neighboring Thailand. Hundreds of miles away, multiple high-rise buildings were damaged in the capital of Bangkok. Thailand's prime minister has declared that area a disaster zone.
NBC News international correspondent Janis Mackey Frayer joins us with the latest. Janis, good morning. This is a densely populated area where this quake hit. Just tell us about the scale of the damage and what we know so far.
Well, what we know so far is that this was an incredibly powerful quake, measuring magnitude 7.7. There was also a very strong aftershock, 6.4, and a very shallow quake, less than 10 miles deep, and very close to the second largest city in Myanmar, which has a population of 1.2 million people. The reports out of Myanmar are slow to come. This is a country that's still struggling with civil war. What we're hearing from websites there and different reports is that there has been extensive damage to roads, to highways, bridges. There was social media video showing a bridge across the Irrawaddy River that just fell to pieces into the river. As well, there are reports that the airport in the capital has closed down because an air traffic control tower has collapsed. Chinese state media is reporting in terms of numbers that 50 people have been reported dead with 300 injured, and the Myanmar government is now calling on people to donate blood.
Janis, as we mentioned, this is an earthquake that was felt for hundreds of miles. What is the situation in neighboring Thailand where it is easier to get information?
Well, the prime minister there has declared a state of emergency. It's testament to how powerful this earthquake was that it caused such devastation in Bangkok, which doesn't have a lot of experience with earthquakes and is also built on somewhat swampy land. So we saw buildings that were swaying. There were some under construction that literally fell to pieces. They just buckled and collapsed. There are several construction workers who are said to be trapped inside one of those construction sites, and as well videos of these high-rise towers swaying with the rooftop pools and the water spilling out over the edge like a waterfall. The problem is that there are still reports of damage coming in. There have been over 200 calls for help. The roads have been damaged, the highways have been damaged, so it's difficult for emergency services to get around. It's why Thai officials are saying that the situation is fluid, that it is changing, and they have declared Bangkok a disaster zone.
Janis, what about the concern of aftershocks?
That's a big worry, especially in Bangkok, with so many people, 17 million people living in that city, and so many of them in high-rise apartment towers. That those construction sites collapse so easily is also stirring concerns about how solid some of these structures are. It's why officials are appealing to people to take every precaution until they can get a full sense of the situation. And as the numbers begin to rise, so far they're confirming 3 dead. There are thousands who are feared injured, and dozens of people who are still at this hour unreachable.
Really just some stunning videos there. Janis Mackey Frayer, thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.